Welcome back, everybody. We are here at the Rock in Little Creek Field in South Charleston, West Virginia, where we are now set for our first elimination game of this single-A state tournament. Chris Kidd with you, alongside me, Robbie Mounts, our engineer, for today's contest, as both these teams losing heartbreakers earlier today, as St. Mary's fell 3-1 to Wahama in a great pitcher's duel this morning, and Greenbrier West falling 4-2 to Petersburg, as those two teams will face off to see who will make it into the state finals tomorrow at 2:15 p.m. These two teams fighting to stay alive. The winner of this game will face the loser of tonight's game tomorrow morning at 9:45 a.m. to see who advances to the state finals, as Ella Smith pumps in a strike and a swing and a miss by Hannah Sweet. Count 1-2 now to the leadoff batter for the Cavaliers. Sweet came in relief and batted twice. In the first game, she grounded out and then struck out in her two plate appearances, and she fouls this one back to the screen, 1-2. It's Callie Masters, who threw a gem earlier this morning against Wahama, only gave up 2 hits, but an error created 2 runs for Wahama in that game. She's now over at first base, and they've given the bump to Ella Smith to try and keep them alive. Nice change up there, swing and a miss for strike 3 on Sweet. That is how this one begins, and that'll bring up Briley Redden.
Your next batter is your starting first baseman, number 12, Briley Redden.
Redden was 2 for 3 earlier today. She was hit by a pitch on the first pitch of the game and then had an RBI single in the third, a single in the fifth, and then flew out to right field in the 7th inning. And his first pitch by Smith misses, 0-1. And interesting, St. Mary's able to have 2 lefties that they go to. Masters also a lefty. Always an advantage in any sport whenever you've got lefties out there. It always is a little more tricky. And that one's in for a strike with a fastball, 1-1. St. Mary's was 3rd in last year's state tournament before falling to Petersburg in that elimination game on that final day. That one slapped foul and out of play by Redden, 1-2 the count. St. Mary's had a 22-game win streak after losing their opener to Buffalo, finished the season 28-4 coming in here. They've been very solid in the field all year, allowed just 2.2 runs per game and had 13 shutout wins. That changeup just misses 2-2. It's Lacey Riggs, the head coach for St. Mary's, Chris Masters, along with Casey Colvin, the assistants. We'll get to talking about Greenbrier West as well here in just a moment. It's the 2-2 swung on and missed by Redden, and back-to-back strikeouts by Ella Smith to get things started. So now the batter will be Presley Treadway. Treadway was 0 for 4 earlier today. She struck out twice, popped out to first base, and flew out to left field. Fastball misses high to Treadway, 1-0. Fastball right down the pipe, 1-1. So far this inning, you see the infield and the outfield for St. Mary's. They look bored as could be, as Ella Smith has just been pumping in strikes here in the early going. Masters very much the same in her pitching debut here in the 2023 state tournament. She struck out 10 earlier today as that one fouled off, and now the count to 1-2. So Smith looking for a tidy 1-2-3 inning here to get things started. 1-2. Strike 3 called as Ella Smith, a dominant opening inning for her to get things going here for St. Mary's. Now they come to the dish for the first time this afternoon as we are even at 0-0, heading to our first break as you are watching the 2023 Class A State Softball Tournament with us right here on Video Productions and NFHS Network.
Hey, I'm Heather, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich is getting the perfect bite. It's probably not the first bite, it's the second or the third, with the juicy chicken and the delicious pickle. The bite with the pickle is it. I mean, that is like the magic combination.
Hi, I'm Jennifer. A little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich is the combination of the warm, soft bun against this delicious piece of chicken. The bun is just this soft little hug around the chicken that's so perfect in every bite.
You wear it every day, so let's make your smile a priority. Dr. Joey Atkins and the friendly staff at Elk Family Dentistry are here to help you have a smile you can be proud of. Dr. Atkins treats patients of all ages for preventative and cosmetic dentistry. Make your appointment today by calling 304-965-6661. Elk Family Dentistry, making your life better with a beautiful smile.
Welcome back, everybody. Chris Kidd here with you. Alongside me, Robbie Mounts, our engineer. As St. Mary's coming to the plate. First pitch swinging, and it's lined out at second base off the glove of Ames and into shallow right field as Zoe Winland gets things started. With the first pitch hit. Actually, they're going to rule that an error instead. That was right off the glove of Winland, but they're going to rule that she had the play on it and didn't come up with it.
First baseman, number 1, Callie Masters.
Again, Winland was 0 for 4 in the first game with a pair of strikeouts, a ground out, and a fly out to left center. So a much stronger start for her as Callie Masters stands in. She was 3 of 4 earlier today with a single, a double to right center field, and a double to left field before striking out in the 7th inning to end the game. And she was the tying run at the plate, but she had a phenomenal day at the plate and on the hill. On the hill right now for Greenbrier West will be Michaela Alley. They had to change. Redden was the pitcher in the opening game today. That pitch misses high, 3-0. We said we were going to talk about Greenbrier West as well coming into this inning. They beat James Monroe in the regionals in order to qualify for the state tournament, as there's a strike on the outside corner, 3-1. And they dominated their way through the postseason as they outscored their opponents 51-18 in those sectional and regional games. They opened the season on a 16-game winning streak as well, as there's a swing and a miss. As Alley's come back now to make it a 3-2 count. And 10 of Greenbrier West's 23 wins were by shutout this year. So both these teams have had strong defense, but also strong offenses. Again, Greenbrier West has averaged 11.4 runs per game. They've scored 10 or more runs 15 times. As this one hits sky high into shallow left, and it's going to sink and fall. Gets by out there. The runners will hold, though, at first and second base. And now Greenbrier West in some trouble here in the bottom of the first inning as the first two batters reach. And that'll bring up Ella Smith.
Next batter for the Blue Devils is your starting pitcher, number 18, Ella Smith.
Smith, after a dominant first inning on the hill, with 3 strikeouts, now takes a strike from Allie, 0-1. Smith was 1 for 2 earlier today. She walked in the first, had a ground rule double RBI in the third, and then grounded out to second base. Goes after a high fastball that time and fouls it into the screen. 0-2 now the count. Sally looking for the first out of the inning, come close on both first 2 batters as that one skips in the dirt and almost got away, but a nice stop there by Herndon in order to keep it in front of her. Count now to 1-2. That one misses outside again, a nice stop by Herndon. Now to 2-2. And strike 3 called on the outside corner. So Smith got a little bit of her own medicine there after striking out the first 3 batters she faced. She ends up having a strikeout of her own at the plate. But a big strikeout there against a dangerous hitter in Ella Smith, and that'll bring up Ava Childers. Childers was 0 for 3 earlier today. She reached on an error. She struck out and grounded out in her 3 appearances. Takes a rip at the first pitch and fouls it out of play to the right. That one might make the field over to our right, which is where the AAA are playing at. We'll try and update you on AAA and AA as we go along here. There's a slow tapper towards the mound. Only plays over to first, but it gets away. It's thrown over towards right field. That's going to score at least 1 run. Rounding third and coming to the plate. The throw will be cut off, and that'll score 2 on the air. And now the runner gets caught between second and third here, trying to get over to third, tripping and falling, and Childers will be tagged out. Making the big turn, trying to take third on the errant throw in. But 2-run score on the throwing error. And that will give St. Mary's an early 2-0 lead. And so now we'll have a visit to the mound after that to try and see if they can calm everybody down on the infield. As you can see, Redden, after the throw came over, she knew she didn't have a chance at it. And started giving chase, but the ball just kept careening towards right field. And that's the one thing that's a little bit different about what they play on throughout the year. And you don't see a whole lot of turf fields that are around the state. And this is one of the more beautiful venues you can come to for a ball game. But a lot of times you're playing on dirt or you're playing on grass. And the ball maybe doesn't roll as quickly in those situations, but that ball will start scooting here on this turf whenever it gets down on the ground. So there's a strike pumped in to Briley McGrady. McGrady was 0 for 3 today, grounded out to shortstop, struck out and flew out to right field. There's strike 2 right down the pipe. Sally now trying to limit the damage here in the bottom of the first inning. And fouled back and off the gate. Count remains 0-2. This one roped into left field, going back, and nice grab out in left field by Patterson. As McGrady gave that one a ride. But the side will be retired. Not before 2 runs score. after 2 errors this inning by Greenbrier West. 1 hit as well for St. Mary's as we go to the top of the second inning. 2-0, St. Mary's leads it as you are watching the Class A state softball tournament with us right here on Video Productions and the NFHS Network. Top of the second inning we head here from Little Creek Park in South Charleston, West Virginia, as we're here for the Class A state softball tournament. Chris Kidd with you. Alongside me, Robbie Mounts, our engineer, getting AA and AAA. Also being played here at the Rock. As we'll run through some of those scores from earlier today in just a moment as Ella Smith back on the bump after striking out the side last inning. This one, though, going to find its way into shallow center field. Leadoff hit for Emma Ames to start the second inning.
Hit by number 4, Emma Ames to lead off the inning. Your next batter,
So that gets things started now for Greenbrier West here in the top of the second inning. That'll bring up Destiny Walker. His first pitch in for a strike, 0-1. And Ames have been 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts and a walk in the first game, but gets off the schneid with a hit here. Now Destiny Walker, who was 0 for 3 earlier today, struck out, grounded out to second, and reached on a fielder's choice. Pitch misses low. Good stop that time, though, by McGrady. The count evens up and a ball and a strike. There's a swing and a miss, but pitch gets away, and that's going to allow the runner to scoot on over to second base as Ames gets herself in scoring position now for Greenbrier West as they look to try and chip away at this 2-0 deficit that St. Mary's was able to put them in the bottom of the first inning. That one chopped towards third base, fielded cleanly that time. Throw over to first, though not going to be in time as the runner goes to third, and she's safe as well. Ames good heads up base running, and way to dig there by Destiny Walker. Able to get that for an infield single. And back-to-back hits to start the top of the second inning. Now puts Greenbrier West on the offensive.
now batting for the Cavaliers, your starting right fielder, number 6.
That'll bring up Brooklyn Adkins, the right fielder. First pitch by Smith. Catches the outside corner, 0-1. Adkins was 1 for 2 earlier today against Petersburg. She walked, singled to right center field, and then struck out in the 6th inning. This one fouled into the screen, counted 0-2 now. Smith trying to right the ship after back-to-back hits to start this inning. Greenbrier West trying to even things up, if not more so, with runners at first and third and nobody out. That one misses inside. Runner takes off to second. They throw to short, trying to see if they could catch Ames trying to take home. Walker now into scoring position for Greenbrier West. So a base hit here could very likely not the score. And Smith puts Adkins away with her 4th strikeout of the game now. A big strikeout for St. Mary's with 2nd and 3rd and nobody out. That'll bring up Michaela Alley. Alley was 0 for 3 against Petersburg earlier today, grounded out to 2nd and then struck out in her next 2 plate appearances. There's a strike, 0-1. And again, the corners are definitely being given right now at home plate. And the batters have got to adjust. It was a tighter strike zone earlier today. But a lot of fans really do appreciate a little bit of the bigger strike zone, although the strike zone not that big as it misses a little high. 1-1 now the count. But I feel like that's the way most baseball fans are. You kind of want to see batters get up there, getting to swing, understanding there's going to be more strikes called. There's a swing and a miss on a fastball, 1-2. Smith gets a strikeout here. She could possibly be on the verge of avoiding complete disaster here in the top of the 2nd inning. This one hit into center, sinking fast though, and that's going to fall. 1 run is in. They're going to hold the runner at 3rd though, and that'll be an RBI single for Michaela Alley. So the lead has now been cut in half here in the top of the 2nd inning. And that'll bring up Julia Herndon, the catcher for Greenbrier West. Smith misses outside, 1-0. We'll see if they elect to send Alley over to 2nd base at some point in this at bat as well. It always puts you in a pickle whenever you have 1 or no outs as to whether or not you want to throw down and chance it and allow the runner to score from 3rd. There's a swing and a miss, 1-1. Smith checking a wrist guard. There's a swing and a miss. Nice stop by McGrady, 1-2. As we are in the 3rd inning over on the AAA field right now. No score between Cabell Midland and Jefferson. Both of those two in a do-or-die game as well as we are on this field. One, two. This one slapped towards short. Could be 2. On to 2nd for 1. Tough to get it out of her glove and not going to be in time. As Herndon able to beat it out at the first baseline. And that'll tie the game up at 2-2 here in the top of the 2nd inning. So Herndon does her job. She got a bat on the ball. And may not have been able to turn that double play even if Kincaid had gotten the ball out of her glove cleanly that time. It looked like Herndon was pretty well up the base path by that point. Now you get Maddie Fields, the center fielder. That's a slow chopper up the 3rd base side. Going to be a tough play for Wendland and not going to be in time. Kincaid able to beat it out, or excuse me, Fields able to beat it out for an infield hit. That is now the 4th hit this inning for Greenbrier West. It's Fields was 1 for 2 earlier today. She struck out, had an RBI single, and then was hit by a pitch. So she picks up her 2nd RBI of the day. That'll bring things back to the top of the order now with Hannah Sweet. And Sweet is the designated player. She's not playing the field, but she is batting. As Brooke Patterson playing left field but not batting for Greenbrier West. Count 1-0. Slapped hit towards third, but that's going to reach foul territory.
I know like none.
So the count 1-1 as Sweet struck out to start the contest back in the first inning. But a strong top of the second inning now gets things all the way back to the top of the order. And the damage has been done by the lower part of this Greenbrier West order, as it was really in the first game too. There's a strike right down Broadway, 1-2. So Smith trying to get out of trouble here in the top of the second inning. Runner still at first and second, 2 runs already in. Changeup misses outside, 2-2. The 2-2 from Smith. This one slapped towards third, and it gets through into left field. Here comes a runner to the plate. The throw is not in time. McGrady had a tag on it, but not before Herndon got in underneath the tag. Let's see here on the replay again. That was a tough in-between hop on Wendland. It looks like they're going to call it a hit. Yeah, they will end up scoring that a hit for Sweet. That'll be an RBI for her. And Greenbrier West has bounced back here to take the lead in the top of the second inning and still threatening for more as they have runners at second and third with 2 out. Briley Redden standing in. She struck out in her first plate appearance, but as we said, had 3 hits in the first contest. She took a big rip at that one and fouled it off, 1-1. Excuse me, Redden had 2 hits earlier today, one of them being an RBI in the loss to Petersburg. Change up that time, but just missing. Count now 2-1. Redden able to have a good eye just to lay off that. This one hit towards short. Going to be a tough play. Fielded by Price on to first and in time. Nice catch by Masters over there in order to get back on the bag for out number 3. But 3 runs crossed for Greenbrier West on 5 hits here in the top of the second inning. We head to the bottom of the second inning with the Greenbrier West leading at 3-2 as you are watching the Class A state tournament with us right here live on Video Productions and NFHS Network.
Hi, I'm Heather, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich is getting the perfect bite. It's probably not the first bite, it's the second or the third, with the juicy chicken and the delicious pickle. The bite with the pickle is it. I mean, that is like the magic combination.
Hi, I'm Jennifer. A little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich is the combination of the warm, soft bun against this delicious piece of chicken. The bun is just this soft little hug around the chicken that's so perfect in every.
Welcome back, everybody. Chris Kidd here with you with Robbie Mounts, our engineer. as they're going to go back now after taking a look at the replay, and they're actually going to score that an error at third base on the Hannah Sweet slap hit a moment ago. So that will be an error instead over at third base. So that'll be 4 hits and 1 error last inning for Greenbrier West, but it still ends up and adds up to a 3-2 lead as first pitch gets by the pitcher, and this one's going to be another tough play, but nicely done over at short. As Treadway able to come up, glove it quickly, and throw over to first in time to Redden for out number 1. So that was Lane Kincaid who grounded out to start the inning. As Kincaid had struck out twice and grounded out to third in the game against Wahama earlier today. There's a strike in to Brianna Price. Price struck out in all 3 of her plate appearances against Wahama earlier today. Alley comes set. That one fouled off. It got on the inside of the hands of Price. The count quickly goes to 0-2. Alley winds and delivers. This one fouled into the screen straight back. After a tough bottom of the first inning for the Greenbrier West defense and Redden, trying to settle in here, get a couple of quick outs to start this inning. This one hit sky high on the infield, right at the second baseman Ames. I don't think had to take a step either way that time. Makes the grab for out number 2. Now that'll bring up Kylie Rupert. Rupert was not in the starting lineup against Wahama, but did come in and pinch hit in the 7th inning. She grounded out to shortstop. And now is batting in place of Ava Giovanazza, who was hitting earlier today. His first pitch from Alley misses high, 1-0. Or actually, excuse me, 1-1 now. This one slapped into right center field. That one's going to fall. It's going to be cut off, though, nicely by Atkins to prevent extra bases. But a 2-out hit by Kylie Rupert keeps the inning alive for St. Mary's, as Rupert is the designated player. He said batting in place of Giovanazza. As Ella Bowman now will stand in. Bowman had a bunt single, strikeout, and a single to left field in the last game, but this time she'll pop up right over to second base again, and Ames camps under it for out number 3. So despite the 2-out hit, no damage done for Greenbrier West in the bottom of the second. We move to the top of the third. 3-2, Greenbrier West leads it as you're watching the Class A State Softball Championships with us right here live on Video Productions and the NFHS Network.
Little General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. That's nearly 50 years of providing those essential needs for your daily journey. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. We know these last couple years haven't been easy, but with every sunrise and sunset, you keep us going. To the LG family, the moms, dads, sisters, brothers, sons, and daughters of West Virginia, thank you.
play.
Welcome back, everybody. Chris Kidd with you. Alongside me, Robbie Mounts, our engineer, as first pitch fouled off to the right to start the top of the third inning. As Presley Trebway stands in. She struck out to end the top of the first inning. Now trying to get things started for Greenbrier West here after scoring 3 runs in the top of the second inning. Smith misses high, 1-1. This one hit hard towards the right side, and that one's going to get through into right field for a hit. Treadway able to single to get the top of the third going for Greenbrier West.
Your next batter for the Cavaliers is your starting second baseman, number 4, Emma.
That'll bring up Emma Ames, who singled to center field to start the second inning. So again, after Smith had that dominant top of the first inning, Greenbrier West starting to settle in at the plate here. There's a swing and a miss by Ames, 0-1. Now the count moves to 1-1. The winner of this game stays alive to see tomorrow at 9:45 a.m. against the loser of our next game between Wahama and Petersburg. The loser sees their season come to an end right here tonight. Off-speed pitch fouled back to the screen by Ames, 1-2. Smith trying to get back to the form that she had in the first inning, albeit this is a very tough Greenbrier West lineup she's going up against, and vice versa. That pitch apparently just missed, and now 2-2 the count. Another snap throw down to first, and almost able to pick off Trebway, who had gotten far off the bag that time, but now the count has moved to 3-2. It's Greenbrier West trying to put the first 2 on just as they did last inning, which eventually led to 3-run scoring. This one hit towards third base, picked up there, throw over to second, and not going to be in time. So Wendland tried to cut down the lead runner, but great base running by Treadway in order to beat the throw for the force out. And now Greenbrier West does have the first 2 on here to start the top of the third.
First and second with number 5 stepping up to the plate, Destiny Walker.
Now Destiny Walker will stand in. First pitch misses low, 1-0. And that'll be rolled an infield single for Ames. Walker had an infield single in the second inning. Tried to lay off that pitch, but it catches the inside corner nonetheless. 1-1 now the count. Skips in. Nice stop by McGrady. The count now moves to 2-1. This is big time danger territory if you're St. Mary's at the moment. You have to start thinking about decisions as well if you're the coaching staff. Lacey Riggs May have to wonder about a change if things get further along, but there they get a key out as that one chopped towards first, and Masters just steps on the bag for out number 1. But it does move both the runners up into scoring position at second and third with 1 out. And now you have Brooklyn Adkins standing in. Atkins struck out back in the second inning. Count 0-1 to the Greenbrier West right fielder. Smith winds and delivers, squaring to bunt, and getting it down is Adkins. Coming to the plate and scoring will be Presley Treadway, and now it is 4-2 in favor of Greenbrier West. And heads up going to second is Brooklyn Adkins to keep runners at second and third. And again, just a great squeeze right there. That's a perfect bunt laid down by Adkins that time. As they were playing back at third base, they took notice of it and executed perfectly that time by the Cavaliers. Now Michaela Alley had an RBI single to center field her last time up, and now you do get the meeting at the mound. We'll see what St. Mary's looks to do, but it looks to be a pretty inspired speech right now by Coach Riggs, trying to fire her club up to get into this. Because right now they are in serious trouble, trailing 4-2 with runners at second and third here in the top of the third inning. And still only 1 out against Greenbrier West.
Now in the batter's box for Greenbrier West is number 7, Michaela Alley.
It's Alley's first pitch. She sees, takes a rip at it, and misses. 0-1. Alley ready to go back at the plate. Smith winds and delivers. That one misses low, and a nice stop by McGrady. And Greenbrier West trying to break the doors open a little bit here on the top of the third. 1 run already in. 2 runners in scoring position and 1 out. This one lifted out of play towards the right, and that will get over and behind the screen here and move the count to 1-2. Again, it's been a nice weather day as well, and again, it's not been too hot either. It's been in the mid to higher 70s most of the day, so it shouldn't have any effect on any fatigue out on the field for either club, like we've seen in years past when it's been morbidly hot. 1-2 pitch. And that one misses, now 2-2. Off-speed pitch, that'll miss over the head of Alley, and now the count's run full. Now here comes a big payoff pitch here with 1 out in the top of the third inning. Swing and a miss, strike 3 is Smith. Able to bear down and pick up her 5th strikeout now of the game. That'll bring up Julia Herndon. Herndon had an RBI in her last plate appearance. As we said, it's been the bottom of this order, both earlier today and today so far. It has really helped get the job done for Greenbrier West as that first pitch misses high, 1-0. Swing and a miss. Count evens up at 1-1. Smith able to come back with a good fastball that time. She'll take a look at her wrist. Again, has different pitches, different signals to it. That one fouled off. You could hear it deflect off McGrady's gear that time. She appears to be okay. Count now at 1-2 Now Coach Riggs going to come out and check on McGrady. Apparently was a little shaken up by that. But McGrady says she's fine and okay. She hasn't put her glove back on yet, however.
Reminder, ladies and gentlemen, please return all foul balls to the South Charleston.
So I'm not sure if they're looking to maybe get her something out of the dugout or not. She seems to be flexing her shoulder. So again, that foul pitch may have deflected off the top of her gear there, maybe even caught some of her flesh as it went over to the right side, but she gets back behind home plate. So here comes the 1-2 pitch. This one hit in the air to left field, right at Giovinazzo, and she'll make the grab for out number 3. The Greenbrier West able to put across one more run here in the top of the third, and they take a 4-2 lead into the bottom of the third. We'll be back after this as you are watching the Class A State Softball Championships with us right here on Video Productions and the NFHS Network.
It doesn't matter if you're playing hard or working hard. Your workout only works out if you recover right.
Recover.
Chocolate milk helps you recover for what comes next. It's delicious and contains the right mix of protein and carbs to help refuel exhausted muscles.
Ready? Recover. Repeat. Chocolate milk, the official beverage of high school sports, is brought to you by the American Dairy Association Mideast.
Farmers and Mechanics Insurance knows West Virginia, and we understand how much all of our high school teams and athletes mean to the communities that we have served for more than 100 years. That's why we're proud of our partnership with the West Virginia SSAC. Their commitment to teach and promote sportsmanship and citizenship is the key to future success. Protecting what matters most to you. Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies, a proud partner of the West Virginia SSAC.
Bottom of the third inning, we move as Greenbrier West leading St. Mary's 4-2 here in the first elimination game of the Class A state tournament. Chris Kidd with you, with Robbie Mounts, our engineer. As Greenbrier West still warming up here, getting ready for the bottom of the third inning. And while we have a moment, just a reminder that Doctors Joey Atkins and Michaela Gunter at Elk Family Dentistry are proud to support the 2023 West Virginia High School Softball Championships. Elk Family Dentistry specializes in family and cosmetic dentistry. Make your appointment today by calling 304-965-6661. Elk Family Dentistry, changing lives one smile at a time. Now St. Mary's was up 2-0, now trail it by 2. And it'll be the top of the order with Zoe Wendland starting things out as she fouls one straight back, 0-1. Wendland reached on an error in the first inning and would later score on another error by Greenbrier West. Count now moves to 1-1. This one hit high in the air towards the right side, going to get out of play. Giving chase was Atkins that time, but just ran out of time and out of real estate. So the count now moves to 1-2. Sally winds and delivers. This one again hit sky high, but once again will get out of play. just missing off the plate. Sally tried to paint the outside corner, but just a little bit low. That brings us to a 2-2 count. This one chopped back up the middle, and that's going to get into center field for a leadoff hit. So Zoe Winland reaching base for the second time today. That'll bring up Callie Masters. Masters single to left. She's got 4 hits today, 3 in the first game, 1 today. Thus far in this elimination contest. That one misses outside, 1-0. Squaring the bunt was Masters. Now they throw down to second, but Winland able to beat the throw. Again, got a good jump that time off that off-speed pitch. But Masters taking the strike in order to put up the diversion at least to give Winland time to get down to second. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch that time by Alley. The count now at 1-2. Masters will slap this one foul along the third base side. Again, Masters batting .505 on the season with 4 home runs and 39 RBIs. Has a chance to pick up another one here. High fastball popped up on the infield. Ranging over is the shortstop Treadway, and she'll make the grab for out number 1. That'll bring up Ella Smith. Smith struck out back in the first inning. As we mentioned, an RBI ground rule double off of one of the best pitchers in the state, Mikey Living, earlier today. That was the only run Living surrendered. This one roped into center field, and that one's going to fall. Runner hesitated taking off from second base, so Winland will hold up at third. And Smith has her second hit of the day.
Runners on the corners for number 22, Ava Childers.
So now Ava Childers will stand in. She reached on an error, the one that scored both runs so far for St. Mary's.
Number 32.
As Alyssa Winland, the courtesy runner, over at first base.
23.
So trying to get the numbers right, but it's Alyssa Winland over at first base. So we'll see if St. Mary's looks to send her over to second base on this first pitch to try and put the tying run in scoring position. So now it's Alley facing a jam once again, as she did in the first inning, and they will send Winland down to second base. No throw given. Let's count 1-0. Childers has been taking her time in the batter's box, now finally climbs in. There's a strike on the inside corner, evens the count at 1-1. This one hit hard down the third base side, but just foul. Well, no, did they call it fair? Yes, they did. Again, I saw one umpire put his hands up as if it was a foul ball. The third base umpire apparently overruled it, but yes, I saw one umpire put their hands up as if it was foul, but that's going to be a 2 RBI double for Childers. We'll see it here on the replay. You can see it was close down that line. And yeah, you see the home plate umpire pointing fair as well. So a big hit for Ava Childers that time. And we are back all even at 4 apiece. The batter now will be Briley McGrady. Misses high, 1-0. As we said, we're a little bit delayed up here on anything that's hit to the left side of the infield or the outfield because our view is obscured up here in the booth. Again, the wall only goes so far. And there's another one towards third, and this one is caught. Throw over to second. And just getting back in time is Childers. Let's take a look at it here on our instant replay as McGrady put another charge into the ball, and wow, what a grab over at third that time by Walker. She got as high as she could get and stretched as far as she could get and able to rob McGrady of a hit. That's the second time today in this game that McGrady's been robbed. And that possibly keeps St. Mary's from taking the lead. A swing and a miss by Kincaid. 1-0-1 the count. Kincaid grounded out to shortstop to start the second inning. As we were saying, though, again, we're a little late on anything hit to the left side because our view is taken away by the wall here up in the press box. So normally having to look back at the screen to try and see where things are at that moment. So we apologize if there's a little bit of delay on a play as throw down to third after it got away is safe. That's Childers alertly taking off after Herndon made a good stop at home plate to keep it in front of her, but a good jump there by Childers. And boy, she fell awkwardly into the bag that time. Thankfully appears to be okay. Count 1-1 now to Kincaid. There's a strike on the inside corner, 1-2. Alley trying to keep this a tie ball game after St. Mary's has tied it up with 2 runs already this inning. Trying to regain the lead, though. Swing and a miss, strike 3. With Alley able to get Kincaid to chase on the outer half to end the bottom of the third inning. But St. Mary's on the 2 RBI double down the left field line by Childers has tied things up once again as we head to the top of the fourth. You're watching the Class A State Softball Tournament with us right here live on Video Productions and NFHS Network.
No matter what it is you need, you'll find it at your local Par-Mar store. From gas to grocery, snacks, and everything else you always seem to run out of, Par-Mar stores has it. Need more savings? Download the Par-Mar app and sign up for the Par-Mar Rewards Card. You won't only see our stores in your neighborhoods, you'll see us in your neighborhoods too. We are proud to be in your town and proud to be a part of the community. Come see us at Par-Mar stores, and remember, if there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you.
The Health Plan is a proud partner with the West Virginia SSAC and has been your most trusted carrier for over 40 years. Log on to healthplan.org for more information.
We are there for you, to care for you at the Health Plan. We are here for you.
Top of the fourth inning we go. And it has been an offensive game thus far after seeing 2 pitchers' duels earlier this morning. Chris Kidd with you, with Robbie Mounts, our engineer. It's both offenses that have been so prolific all year long now starting to show up here in this elimination game. The winner moves on to tomorrow for a chance to play in the state championship. Loser season is over. So it'll be Maddie Fields to get things started. Number 9 hitter in the lineup. She had an infield single back in the second inning. Now squaring the bunt and pulling it back as the pitch misses low, 1-1. This one lifted into left field, coming on. Nice catch that time by Giovanazza to record the first out of the inning. Getting a little bit of a basket catch that time. We'll take a look at it here on our little general store instant replay. Great little basket catch that time to retire Fields. And that'll bring things back to the top of the order with Hannah Sweet.
For the Cavaliers with number 11, Hannah Sweet.
So again, any quick inning either of these pitchers can get right now, it's very warmly accepted. And Smith would love one after having a tough second and third inning, having to battle through and seeing 2 runs score in both the second and the third. Sweet is 0 for 2. She struck out in the first inning, reached on an error in the second inning. That error, though, did allow a couple runs to score. She tries to get a running slap hit, but doesn't even get a swing on it. Smith able to get it in for a strike, 1-1. This time she does get a bat on the ball, fouls it off the left, though, and that'll get out of play. Count goes to 1-2. Lefty versus lefty matchup. Smith trying to get the second out right here, and strike 3 as McGrady able to tag Sweet after dropping it on the changeup that time. A good pitch by Smith in order to record her 6th strikeout now of the game. The batter now will be Briley Redden.
Now making her way to the batter's box is your first baseman, number 12, Riley Redden.
Redden 0 for 2. She struck out in the first inning and grounded out to shortstop in the second. This one ripped into right field, but right at the right fielder Childers, who makes the grab for out number 3, as that was an Adam ball, is in right at her. And a quick 1-2-3 inning for Ella Smith and the St. Mary's defense. They come to bat now in the bottom of the 5th with the score all even at 4 apiece, as you're watching the Class A state tournament with us right here live on Video Productions and the NFHS Network.
Wear it every day, so let's make your smile a priority. Dr. Joey Atkins and the friendly staff at Elk Family Dentistry are here to help you have a smile you can be proud of. Dr. Atkins treats patients of all ages for preventative and cosmetic dentistry. Make your appointment today by calling 304-965-6661. Elk Family Dentistry, making your life better with a beautiful smile.
Bottom of the 4th inning we go here at Little Creek Park in South Charleston, West Virginia. Chris Kidd with you with Robbie Mounts, our engineer. And just a reminder that you should support your local teams by advertising with us here on Video Productions. Video Productions is West Virginia's leader in providing coverage for high school sports in West Virginia. And if you don't believe me, look at the screen. Again, always doing a fantastic job as the Mounts family, and again, just glad to be a small part of it each year. That or they're just that desperate that they have to have me. Don't shake your head, yes, Robbie. Hey, the truth's the truth. That pitch is going to catch right in the back and put a runner at first to start here in the bottom of the 4th inning. That's Brianna Price. Gets congratulated by her coach as she gets over to first base for standing in and taking the hit. That'll bring up Kylie Rupert, who had a single to right field back in the 2nd inning. Pitch misses high from Allie, 1-0. It is 2-0 on the AAA field in the 6th inning right now in favor of Cabell Midland. They look to stave off elimination and send Jefferson home. Scoring the bump, pulling back, throw down to second base, not going to be in time. A good jump that time by Price, able to put her in scoring position. That one fouled off straight back. St. Mary's led it 2-0 at the start of the game. Greenbrier West battled back to tie the game at 2 and then take the lead 4-2, but now St. Mary's has battled back as this one hitting the shallow center field. Coming on is Fields, and she'll make the grab for out number 1. And now it's St. Mary's, who's threatening to try and retake the lead. Nearly did in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Price getting hit by the pitch to start the inning and then stealing second. It's given St. Mary's an opportunity here as Bowman squared to bunt but couldn't get it down. Count 0-1. Bowman popped out to second base to end the 2nd inning. Number 9 hitter had 2 hits earlier today against Wahama. She pops up this bunt and it goes right to Allie for out number 2. See it here on our replay. Again, Bowman's got a lot of speed, so if she gets the ball on the ground, she's a terror to try and throw out. But that time just got a little too far under it and couldn't get the ball on the grass. Zoe Winland now stands in. Reached on air in the 1st inning, had a single to center field in the 3rd inning. Count 1-0. Again, Wahama and Petersburg waiting in the wings. They will take the field approximately 30 minutes at the conclusion of this game. Pitch misses inside, 2-0. That one will miss low, and now 3-0. Allie has not given up a walk yet in this contest. As a matter of fact, neither pitcher has so far. That one in for a strike, 3-1. St. Mary's would love to have a couple base runners on with Callie Masters on deck right now. That will be ball 4 low. Now Masters, 3 hits in the first game against Wahama, 1 for 2 so far today. Singled to left field in the 1st inning and popped out to shortstop her last time up against Allie. Again, the most dangerous hitter in this St. Mary's lineup. An opportunity now to give them the lead back. She hits it off the end of the bat. It's popped up to second, and Ames will make the grab for out number 3. So Greenbrier West avoids trouble here in the bottom of the fourth. We head to the top of the fifth, still even at 4 apiece. You're watching the Class A state tournament with us right here live on Video Productions and on the NFHS Network.
Little General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. That's nearly 50 years of providing those essential needs for your daily journey. 18,250 days of fueling and feeding. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. The managers who open early and close late. The cashiers who always have a smile. The bakers, sandwich artists, and cooks who keep our cravings at bay. The maintenance crew who work hard to fix problems as they arise. We know these last couple years haven't been easy, but with every sunrise and sunset, you keep us going. To the LG family, the moms, dads, sisters, brothers, sons, and daughters of West Virginia, thank you.
Top of the fifth inning we head now, with the game hanging in the balance at 4-4. Chris Kidd with you. Robbie Mounts, our engineer. His first pitch swung on, and that one's going to go foul down the right field side. It's Presley Treadway at the plate for Greenbrier West. It'll be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters this inning. Treadway singled to right field to start the third inning after she had struck out to end the first inning. Now a little sinker gets down on the ground over towards third, nicely fielded by Winland. Fires on to Masters in time for out number 1. So now the batter will be Emma Ames. Ames has singled in both her plate appearances today. She singled to center field in the second inning and had an infield single in the third inning. That pitch misses low and skips away from McGrady. So count 1-0 to Emma Ames. Again, the number 4 hitter in this lineup. This is the heart of the order for Greenbrier West this inning. This one ripped out towards second. Takes a tough hop, knocked down there by Kincaid, but they're not going to have a play at first. And that'll be the third hit of the game now for Ames. That was a rocket right at Kincaid. She did a good job just keeping that in on the infield, or else that might have gotten into the gap that time for extra bases for Ames. Now Coach Riggs going to come out and check on Kincaid to make sure she's okay. And you love to see that from a coach, just to make sure their players are all right even after a tough play like that. So that's always the number one thing you want to try and keep track of, just your players' health and making sure they're all right above winning and everything else. Walker fouls first pitch back into the screen, 0-1. Walker had an infield single in the second inning and grounded out to first in the third inning. Here comes the 0-1 pitch from Smith. This one hit out towards short, could be 2. On to second for 1, over to first. In time, double play. As Walker hit it right at the shortstop. Price turned it to Kincaid, over to Masters. A 6-4-3 double play to retire Greenbrier West here in the top of the 5th inning. We go to the bottom of the 5th, still tied 4-4. As you're watching the Class A State Softball Championships with us right here live on Video Productions and the NFHS Network.
You wear it every day, so let's make your smile a priority. Dr. Joey Atkins and the friendly staff at Elk Family Dentistry are here to help you have a smile you can be proud of. Dr. Atkins treats patients of all ages for preventative and cosmetic dentistry. Make your appointment today by calling 304-965-6661. Elk Family Dentistry, making your life better with a beautiful smile.
Hi, I'm Heather, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich is getting the perfect bite. It's probably not the first bite, it's the second or the third, with the juicy chicken and the delicious pickle. The bite with the pickle is it. I mean, that is like the magic combination.
Hi, I'm Jennifer. A little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich is the combination of the warm, soft bun against this delicious piece of chicken. The bun is just this soft little hug around the chicken that's so perfect in every bite.
Bottom of the fifth inning, we head with the score all square at 4 apiece. Chris Kidd with you, Robbie Mounts our engineer. As you see it, 4 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors on Greenbrier West side, 4 runs, 5 hits, 1 error on St. Mary's side. But now it is St. Mary's turn to see who can break this deadlock. As we were trading blows back and forth through the early parts of this contest, and now we've kind of reached a stalemate at 4 apiece. It'll be the heart of the order for St. Mary's, just as it was Greenbrier West. It's Ella Smith, Ava Childers, and Briley McGrady will come to bat this inning. Smith will climb in. She's 1 for 2 today. She struck out in the first inning and singled to center field in her last plate appearance. This first pitch will miss low, 1-0. As Greenbrier West has gone back to Redden now on the mound. Again, pitched the first game in their 4-2 loss against Petersburg. Went 6 innings in that contest. But right now, with their season on the line, they want to go with their best pitcher, but it's Smith who launches one into left field and off the top of the fence. She'll round first, dig for second, and be in with a leadoff double. That was inches from leaving the yard. And if it wasn't for that second level of fence out there, that was a home run. Again, all around the ballpark, there's just one layer of fence, but right there on that left field side is a second layer of fence, and that's the only thing that kept that in the ballpark. So a break for Greenbrier West, an unfortunate one for St. Mary's. But nevertheless, they do have a runner at second now to start out the bottom of the fifth. First pitch in for a strike to Childers. 0-1. Childers 1 for 2 today, reached on an error in the first inning, then had 2 RBI double to left field in the third inning that tied the game up. Now she has the chance to give St. Mary's the lead back. Lays down a bunt. It does get down. Tough play. They'll throw to first. Low throw, but dug out over there. Nicely done to record the first out of the inning. That's Kendall Taylor over at first base now. She checked in once Redden moved from first base over to pitcher. Childers gets the job done and moves the runner over to third, and now Briley McGrady, who flew out to left field on a hard hit ball, lined out to third base when Walker made the catch of the day so far. in order to rob her from a hit. Now could this be the time where McGrady's able to break through and try and give St. Mary's the lead. This one hard hit towards second, snagged over there, nicely done, but it will score the run from third. And McGrady once again catches a bad break as she hits another smoke whistle, but it went right to Ames. The runner, however, had already broke for home, and Ames only had one play, and that was at first base, and wisely took the out. But an RBI for McGrady gives the Blue Devils the lead back now here in the bottom of the fifth inning. As Lane Kincaid takes a swing and a miss. It's 0-1 the count. There's another swing and a miss. Now the count quickly moves to 0-2 on Kincaid. Now Kincaid going to get a talking to over along the first base side here, trying to get her to settle down. She's taking a couple of big rips. Probably just a lot of adrenaline going now once that St. Mary's was able to take the lead back. Redden trying to keep this at a one-run game as both offenses have threatened all day long, so one run far and away not insurmountable in this contest. Redden trying to send us to the sixth inning. Swing and a miss, strike three. Nice pitch there by Redden, able to get it by Kincaid to retire the side here in the fifth. But the leadoff double by Ella Smith off the left field wall eventually leads to a run on the ground out by McGrady. And the Blue Devils have a 5-4 edge heading to the top of the sixth inning. We'll be back after this as you are watching the Class A state tournament with us right here on Video Productions and the NFHS Network. Five to 4 our score. St. Mary's has taken the lead back and scored 3 unanswered runs after trailing 4-2 earlier in the contest. Chris Kidd with you, alongside me Robbie Mounts, our engineer. And now Greenbrier West has 6 outs left in their season, and Greenbrier West brought Redden back last inning, their top hurler. And it appears that St. Mary's is going to do the same as they bring Callie Masters back in. He threw a phenomenal game earlier today, coming up a little short against Wahama in that 3-1 contest, although 2 of the runs that scored against her were unearned. So now Masters going to try and nail down the last 6 outs. First pitch is a foul ball off the bunt attempt by Brooklyn Adkins. Count 0-1. It'll be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters this inning. For the Cavaliers is over on our AAA field. It is 3-1 now in favor of Cabell Midland over Jefferson. But Jefferson trying to mount a rally. It's count 0-2 to Brooklyn Atkins. She struck out and had an RBI bunt singler last time up. Swing and a miss on a rise ball for strike 3. Again, Ella Smith exits after 5 innings of work. Give her a lot of credit. Again, she ended up with 6 strikeouts for the game. Had to labor through the second and third innings whenever Greenbrier West was really able to take it to her and pound out hit after hit to gain 4 runs, but she really settled down again and retired the last 8 batters she faced in the contest before exiting. And Ella Smith now goes back over to first base. So again, her and Allie for Greenbrier West doing a great job coming in here today, as there's a low soft liner into left field. That's going to fall in front of Giovanazza, and that'll be a 1-out hit for Michaela Alley. That is her second hit of the day now after the RBI single to center field back in the second inning. That'll bring up Julia Herndon. And we're going to, it looks like, have a courtesy runner here. Or excuse me, no. Sorry, we had numbers flashing at us and I wasn't totally certain. Or excuse me, no, that was Kendall Taylor who was at the plate that time instead of Michaela Alley. I apologize, our scorekeepers are trying to keep me in check up here.
Now batting for Greenbrier West, your catcher, number 9, Julia Herndon.
Herndon takes a big rip and fouls it back into the screen. Herndon had an RBI in the second inning and flew out to left field in the third inning. Quickly goes down 0-2 here. That one misses and gets away. It pops right back to McGrady, but doesn't have time to grab it, and Taylor moves on over to second base. So now Greenbrier West has the tying run in scoring position. It looks like a little conference over along the third base side. The home plate umpire trying to break it up now. Or actually, head coach now talking with home plate umpire. I'm not sure what the issue may be here. But it may be over a substitution, maybe with Taylor batting a moment ago. Okay, actually, they're going to send in a courtesy runner, it appears, as Michaela Alley will re-enter in place of Taylor on the base path now. So Taylor ends up with the hit, and now it'll be Alley with perhaps a little bit more speed on the base path over at second base. And now get a little bit of a conference over here with the other umpires. I guess just making them all aware of the substitution in this situation. I think they're just making sure that the rule is correct. Okay. Yeah, it seemed like home plate umpire maybe a little bit miffed at the substitutions in this spot. But now we go back to action. 1-2 the count to Herndon. 1 out here in the top of the 6th. That'll miss low. Good stop by McGrady. Count now moves to 2-2. See, Masters went to the rosin bag a little bit, trying to dry her hands. Oh, and that one catches Herndon in the helmet. Thankfully okay. And she'll head down to first base. You see it here on our instant replay. Like I said, always scary whenever a player takes one to the helmet or head area. And, you know, we saw what happened earlier today with the Oak Glen and Winfield game, where Oak Glen's pitcher took a line drive right back into her mask. And hopefully is okay. Again, got taken out in an ambulance over on the AA field. Winfield went on to win that game, but again, all of us hoping for the best and for a quick recovery for the pitcher for Oak Glen that ended up taking that shot. Fastball in from Masters to Fields. 0-1 the count. Fields 1 for 2 today, had an infield single in the second inning and flew out to left field in her last at bat. A swing and a miss, 0-2. So Masters quickly gets ahead. She's gotten the 2 strikes on the last 2 batters, just not been able to finish the job. After she opened up the inning with a strikeout of Brooklyn Adkins. That one misses a little high, 1-2. Masters only gave up 2 hits earlier today against Wahama in that 10 strikeout performance, along with 3 hits at the plate. But Wahama was still able to dig out the win 3-1. There's a swing and a miss, strike 3. And that'll be the second strikeout of the inning. Returns things to the top of the order now for the Cavaliers with Hannah Sweet.
Back to the top of the order for Greenbrier West, number 11, Hannah Sweet.
Sweet is 0 for 3 today. She struck out in the first inning, reached on an error that scored a run in the second inning, and struck out in the fourth inning. That one misses. That went off the glove of McGrady. Now she's going to throw down to third, and runners will be safe. So now you have the tying run at third, the go-ahead run at second. And a base hit by Sweet could put Greenbrier West back in front. The count is 0-1. Again, Sweet tries to get that slap hit. Almost every time she steps up, you see her running from the get-go. That one's going to miss low, 1-1. The key is, though, for her not to step out of the batter's box before she makes contact. You can see where she lines up in the batter's box. She's right there on the edge of the batter's box trying to get that running start. That one's going to miss, 2-1. Masters didn't like the call. Just tried to talk about it with a home plate umpire there about the location, but not going to win the argument. Top of the 6th inning, 1-run lead for St. Mary's. Swing and a miss by Sweet. Count now moves to 2-2. And the winner of this game moves on to tomorrow and a chance to play their way into the state championship. The loser of this game sees their season come to an end. Here comes the 2-2. Strike 3 called. Masters strikes out the side and leaves runners stranded at second and third to preserve a 1-run lead for St. Mary's as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. We'll be back after this as you are watching the Class A State Softball Championships with us right here on Video Productions and on the NFHS Network.
Hi, I'm Heather, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich is getting the perfect bite. It's probably not the first bite, it's the second or the third, with the juicy chicken and the delicious pickle. The bite with the pickle is it. I mean, that is like the magic combination.
Hi, I'm Jennifer. A little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich is the combination of the warm, soft bun against this delicious piece of chicken. The bun is just this soft little hug around the chicken that's so perfect in it.
Bottom of the 6th inning now. St. Mary's leading it 5-4 over Greenbrier West, looking to try and tack on to their lead. Chris Kidd with you. Alongside me, Robbie Mounts, our engineer for today's ball game. Again, coming up in approximately 30 minutes at the end of this game, we'll have Wahama against Petersburg in the finals of the winners bracket to see who moves into the state finals tomorrow at 2:15 p.m. The loser of that game will have to face off against the winner of this game at 9:45 a.m. tomorrow morning. So tomorrow or later tonight will not be an elimination game, but this one right here is, and it's been tight all the way through. Over on the AAA field, Cabell Midland leading Jefferson 3-1 as that game has moved into the 7th inning. As Redden pumps in a fastball, and that'll be a bunt attempt, goes foul. As Brianna Price stands in. 0 for 1 today. She popped out in the second inning and then was hit by a pitch in the 4th inning. If we get an update on AA as well, we'll pass that along. Oak Glen and Independence facing off in that elimination game at a different location here at the Rock. This time Price does get it down. Good bunt up the first base side. Fielded throw. Gets into right field, but no advancement on the play. Perfect bunt by Price that time up the first base side. Redden really didn't have an angle to try and throw it over that time to the first baseman. And good job by Price staying in the high part of the base path up the first base side, just not giving Redden an angle to try and throw over to Taylor. And now that'll bring up Kylie Rupert. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Rupert today 1 for 2. She singled to right field in the 2nd inning and flew out to center field in the 4th inning. Redden winding up the ball, ready to go here, trying to keep this at a 1-run deficit as Rupert pops it up. It'll be playable over to the right side. Nice job by Ames ranging over. She'll make the grab for out number 1. So now the batter will be Ella Bullman. Bullman popped out to second base in the 2nd inning and then tried to lay down a bunt in the 4th inning, but popped out back to the pitcher. And we've seen Bullman today on the base path. She's a terror if she gets the ball on the ground, and here she does. Good one up the third base side. Going to be a tough play. Throw to first, and not in time. And there it is. Said it. Bullman has a lot of speed. And Walker made a good play over to first base, but still just not in time, even though Greenbrier West knew it was coming. See, the throw was a little high, but I still believe Bullman beats that out, even if it's a perfect throw. So now things get back to the top of the order for Zoe Winland. She'll take a ball, 1-0. Miss a little outside and low. 2-0 now the count. That one will miss low as well. 3-0. You've got Masters standing on deck right now for St. Mary's. This is very much danger territory now for Greenbrier West. They're down to their last 3 outs, but they desperately don't want to see St. Mary's get further away from them at this point. There's one right down Broadway, 3-1. Redden trying to fight back in this at bat after falling down 3-0, but not going to be able to. That one misses and ball 4. So now the bases are loaded for Callie Masters. And a chance to really give St. Mary's a big bit of breathing room going into the top of the 7th. If she can come up with a hit here, you figure anything falls in for a hit, Bowman will be able to score from second. Masters takes a huge rip, but comes up empty, 0-1. Masters had 3 hits in game 1 of this state tournament today. She singled to left in the 1st inning, popped out to shortstop in the 3rd, and popped out to second in the 4th inning. That one fouled straight back towards us, 0-2. Redden's going to have to battle through the 2 toughest hitters in this lineup, Masters and Smith, to keep this at a 1-run game right now. Can she get halfway there on this pitch? No, it hits off the plate and hops straight back, but the runners are going to hold. Man, was that near disaster for Greenbrier West. That hit perfectly off the edge of the plate and just popped straight into the air. But again, with a short backstop here at the Rock, St. Mary's not wanting to risk it with one of their best hitters at the plate. Just missed outside, 2-2. Here comes a big 2-2 offering. Swung on and fouled off again by Masters. And we've just gone final over on the AAA field, and it is Cabell Midland advancing to tomorrow as they knock off Jefferson 3-1 to end Jefferson's season. And now Cabell Midland will await the loser of George Washington and John Marshall coming up in about 30 minutes over there. There's ball 3. So now nowhere to put Masters. And this will be the biggest pitch of the game so far. Here comes the payoff. Swung on and ripped into right center field, and that's going to fall. 1 run is in. Bowman around third. She'll come in to score, and a 2 RBI single by Callie Masters has given St. Mary's some much-needed breathing room now at 7-4. And great at bat by Masters that time. Fouled off a couple of tough pitches, battled her way back in the count. And it is now 5 unanswered runs for St. Mary's after trailing 4-2 in this contest back in the 3rd inning. And runners still at first and second with only 1 out. Smith fouls it off back to the screen, 0-1.
Now batting for St. Mary's is number 18, Ella Smith.
Ella Smith is 2 for 3 today. She struck out in the 1st inning, singled to center field in the 3rd, and then nearly hit our first home run of the Class A state tournament as she hit it off the top of the left field fence. But the run would later score for St. Mary's to give them the lead 5-4 at that point. So count 1-1 now to Smith. Able to hold up on that high inside fastball, 2-1. As we mentioned, Smith threw a good game here today too. Again, she's the 2nd pitcher in St. Mary's arsenal behind Masters. Struck out the first 3 batters she faced, then Greenbrier West was able to get to her in the 2nd and 3rd inning for 4 runs, but then settled down and retired the last 8 batters she faced before Masters came in relief. That pitch misses outside, and now the count 3-1. So Redden in danger of reloading the bases here. Redden threw a really good game earlier today against Petersburg. But perhaps a little fatigue right now setting in, and Redden not happy. She thought she put that in for a strike, but instead ball 4. So now we've seen both Masters and Redden not happy with a couple of calls. So Ava Childers will stand in. Childers reached on an error, had a 2 RBI double to left field in the 3rd inning that tied the game, and then had a sacrifice bunt in her last appearance. Now Greenbrier West will have another meeting at the mound here. They can sense this starting to get away from them in a hurry. They still have 2 more outs they need to record in this inning before they get their final opportunity at the plate. Well, just a reminder, while we have a moment, that this game brought to you in part by Doctors Joey Atkins and Michaela Gunter at Elk Family Dentistry. They are proud supporters of the 2023 West Virginia High School Softball Championships. Elk Family Dentistry specializes in family and cosmetic dentistry. Make your appointment today by calling 304-965-6661. Elk Family Dentistry, changing lives one smile at a time. And right now it seems that Redden upset out at the mound right now. She's being consoled by some of her teammates and just trying to get her back focused here.
I feel like I've been playing like a monotonous video game. Like my task is to film
This inning, it was a bunt single by Brianna Price. Pop out to second base, an infield bunt single by Ella Bullman, then a walk to Winland. And then Masters with a 2 RBI single to score 2 runs, and then the walk to Ella Smith.
Imagine cutting out 75% of my already tiny.
And there's been a lengthy delay here.
That's when Tom comes to 10. Yeah.
Finally looks like we're ready to go back to action. Pitch will miss low, 1-0.
Now we only have 1 game left. Yeah. Only 2 more. I'm gonna have to start going to the gym, or else my heart is gonna fail before I'm like 30. I'm sitting down.
That one's going to be in for a strike, 1-1. Swing and a miss by Childers, 1-2. Again, the winner of this game does have a little bit of an advantage going into tomorrow. Again, the loser of Wahama and Petersburg looks like it'll be here till nearly 10 o'clock tonight, and then you have to turn around and play the next morning, 9:45 a.m. Winner of this game is going to get out of here and get a little bit extra rest, as there's a swing and a miss. Got Childers to chase after the high fastball for out number 2. As Briley McGrady stands in, she'll be the 8th batter to come to the plate this inning. Again, McGrady has had Charlie Brown-esque luck right now at the plate here today. She's absolutely tattooed the ball 3 times. And it's just been right at someone every time. Flew out to left field in the first inning, lined out to third base in the third on an incredible catch by Walker, and then did have the RBI go-ahead ground out to second base, but again, another hard-hit ball, but Ames was able to dig it out. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Brady getting some instruction from first base coach. See if it pays off here as she takes a big rip and pops it straight back and out of play. Now the count goes to 1-2.
Oh dear God, pardon me for assuming someone could identify humor. Oh God, what a sin.
Ball 2 missing high. Again, bases still loaded here for St. Mary's. 2 runs in this inning on the Cali Masters. 2 RBI single. McGrady now a chance to bust this game wide open, and there's a little soft liner into right field, sinking, but coming on and making the grab is Adkins for out number 3. So the side is retired, but not before damage is done as 2 more runs score, and now St. Mary's 3 outs away from advancing to tomorrow morning against either Wahama or Petersburg. We'll be back for the top of the 7th right after this, as you are watching the Class A State Softball Championships right here on Video Productions.
Little General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. That's nearly 50 years of providing those essential needs for your daily journey. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. We know these last couple years haven't been easy, but with every sunrise and sunset, you keep us going. To the LG family, the moms, dads, sisters, brothers, sons, and daughters of West Virginia, thank you.
Top of the 7th inning we go. And Cali Masters in relief. trying to nail down this win over Greenbrier West and eliminate the Cavaliers and send St. Mary's to tomorrow morning. Chris Kidd with you, Robbie Mounts, our engineer. His first pitch in for a strike. 0-1 as it'll be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters for Greenbrier West. Briley Redden, Presley Trebway, and Emma Ames up for the Cavaliers. That's fastball right on the inside for a strike. Count now to 0-2. Masters was able to avoid trouble in the last inning of work. Now just trying to nail this win down for St. Mary's. Count now at 1-2. Count now at 2-2 after that pitch missing low.
That's exactly what Saul was saying. He's like, but does Jesus have
Masters looking for the first out this inning.
He said stuff like that.
This one's going to be slapped out of play to the right. The count stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
That voice is so dude, it's funny for anything.
There's strike 3 called on the outside corner to Rakaya Redden. That'll bring up Presley Trebway.
They're looking for a transmission mirror to
Next batter for Greenbrier West is number 2.
basically like the Mid-East.
Presley
They're
Trebway.
traveling from the Mid-East to like I guess you can say the West here. And he goes, where's the fucking ball? He picks someone up by the face.
First pitch to Trebway, fastball swung on a miss, strike 1.
Dude, the dialogue in Castlevania is hilarious. It's so funny. It's so good though. Is there a point? Where's the fucking ball? Are you a dictator?
Masters, another fastball able to blow it by her, 0-2 the count. Masters looking for her second strikeout of the inning. Bring St. Mary's 1 out away, and there it is, strike 3 on Treadway. And that'll bring up Emma Ames, the last hope now for Greenbrier West. Again, Masters has been phenomenal today, both at the plate and on the mound. And the 2 RBI single that opened this game up to a 7-4 edge. Now a chance to nail things down here and eliminate Greenbrier West, who's had a phenomenal season. Only 2 losses coming into this state tournament. Count now at 1-1.
I mean, it really wasn't that bad, but this last game was a little unbearable.
Masters back and ready on the bump. Swing and a miss, strike 2. The Cavaliers now down to their final strike.
No, I mean like one more strike. Yeah, until it's the bottom of the inning, right? Or, no, they're home. They don't have to go. That must be so nice.
This to try and send the Blue Devils to tomorrow, and there is a tomorrow for St. Mary's, strike 3. As she strikes out the side to end Greenbrier West season with a 7-4 win for St. Mary's. Again, a great back and forth affair here today between these 2 ball clubs. Again, congratulations to St. Mary's on advancing to tomorrow, and congratulations to Greenbrier West on a phenomenal season. And now St. Mary's will await Wahama or Petersburg in our next game coming up in approximately half an hour. So join us a little bit past 7 o'clock here in South Charleston, West Virginia, as we will have the winners bracket final between Wahama and Petersburg, a rematch of last year's state finals, as the winner will move on to the state finals tomorrow, and the loser will face off against St. Mary's tomorrow morning at 9:45 p.m. But again, your final score, or I should say 9:45 a.m., not p.m. But again, your final score, St. Mary's 7, Greenbrier West 4. We'll be back in about a half an hour here from the Rock in South Charleston, West Virginia, as you're watching the Class A State Tournament Softball Championships right here on Video Productions and NFHS Network.